Greetings, Ghoulash here. October has finally arrived, and if I don't get some rushed, monetizable Halloween content out, then Dr. Wolfilo will subject me to the worst horror imaginable. 5 hours of Ray J. Johnson's comedy routine. I get it, you don't want to be called Johnson. Just stop talking, please. Today's video regards the Halloween book series. There were quite a few novels over the years based on the exploits of Michael Myers, the stab-happy star of the Halloween series. But you might not know that there was also a short-lived series of children's books based on the Haddonfield slasher. Well, young adult books at any rate. These novels were made to capitalize on the popularity of the Goosebumps series of books that were all the rage in the 90s. And I suppose Berkeley, the publisher, wasn't aware that these books were based on an R-rated horror film series that kids probably didn't know anything about. Also, parents might not have been too keen on letting their children read a book about a man who's trying to stab teens, instead of a book about a mask that makes you act like an asshole. So these books probably flopped hard, but there were 3 at the very least. Written by Kelly O'Rourke, the titles of these novels in order are The Scream Factory, The Old Myers Place, and The Madhouse. This trilogy is, of course, out of print and incredibly rare now. It goes without saying that this also makes the books quite expensive to collect. Some copies on Amazon can run for more than $200. So that means I don't own any of these books. Pretty much all I have to go on are the descriptions and old reviews online. Oh, and the taglines too. Michael Myers is up to his old tricks, and it will be a treat. Great stuff right there. Apparently, the books are very loosely based on Halloween and get certain things from the films wrong. Michael is described as growling, having yellow teeth, and wearing a plastic child's mask. Oh yeah, it's totally easy to mistake latex for plastic. Dr. Loomis is also supposedly replaced as Michael's doctor by a character named Dr. Blackwell. So I guess if you're looking to read about the continued adventures of your favorite Halloween characters, then you'll be disappointed and maybe even annoyed. I've heard both praise and anger directed towards these books, but I don't possess them, so I can't really state my opinion, unfortunately. I can, however, read some short excerpts. Here's something from the first book. This can't be happening. The dark figure now stood in the doorway. Matt could feel his cold, rancid breath as he growled viciously. The figure stepped into the flickering light. His entire horrifying body, covered in a muddy black jumpsuit, was visible. Matt let out a deafening scream. It was Michael Myers! Matt's arm froze as he tried to raise the knife, horrified by the black, dead eyes watching him from behind the white plastic mask beneath a tangle of matted, wiry hair. The hideous monster raised his arms and lunged forward. Matt jumped backward towards the bedroom window. Michael Myers lunged again, coming closer and closer. I'm going to die. Yeah, Michael wears a mask that covers his whole head. You can't see any of his real hair, but whatever. Here's an excerpt from Book 2. Shannon stood frozen before the arc of light, her slim figure silhouetted against a giant tombstone. Kimmy ran up behind Shannon and cried out in horror when she saw what had made her friend scream. The eerie, flickering light was coming from a grinning jack-o'-lantern that sat burning atop a crumbling tombstone. Shannon looked helplessly back at Kimmy with her mouth agape and pointed with trembling fingers to the etchings on the moss-covered stone. It was Judith Myers' grave, Michael Myers' dead sister. Wow, that's pretty redundant. It kind of goes without saying that if you have a tombstone, that you're probably dead. Finally, here's an excerpt from Book 3. Julie knew that she was running toward a dead end, but her feet kept moving anyway to escape the unimaginable horror that was chasing her, the monster just yards away that was trying to steal her life. She reached the end of the hallway and pressed her face against the plate glass window. She could see the broken cars and the rental truck parked on the ground below. Her heart thudded rapidly when she glanced backward and saw Michael Myers stumbling toward her, with the bloody instrument clasped in his hand. His white plastic mask was spattered with blood, and the straitjacket was stained with deep crimson patches. My God, my God, my God, Julie mumbled, pressing her back against the icy cold window. Okay, why was Michael stumbling? Is he drunk? Is this version of Michael clumsy or something? Based on these excerpts alone, I probably wouldn't plunk down $300 to read more. But for collectors of Halloween merchandise, these books are something you should probably look into getting. The cover art looks neat at least. What's under these covers, maybe not so much. If you happen to be a millionaire and have a child that's a budding horror fan, you should totally give these books to that kid. Totally. Alright, well, see you later. You call that a video? That's it, I'm putting in the Ray J. Johnson CD. Oh, no, please. Oh, make it stop. Oh, no. I get it. Just get it over with, please.
Or you can call me